Here we go. Nicov v BacT, game number 4 of this set. Saracens v Saracens on Arabia. This could be another epic game. So far, we've just done game 1 of the set, and that was a lot of fun. So we are going to see BacT in that orange color that we're used to, but you know what? Let's do red versus blue. So BacT here in blue, going to have his main gold on the back, which is really nice. Going to have a nice deer patch on the back as well. Can probably block that in with a couple of walls. Man, I like the look of this map, at least at first blush. Can definitely block off this side as well. Secondary gold off to the side. I kill you now, says BacT. And he will have his main stone on the front. I like BacT's map quite a bit. The front is pretty open. It's a little bit difficult to defend. But I do like the deer patch and the safe-ish gold on the back. Okay, let's see. Nicov is going to be here in red, also as Saracens. He is going to have what? He can close down his left flank pretty easily, but his stone would be on the outside of any early walling if he decides to wall. He'll have a deer patch to the southeast of his TC, secondary gold way off to the side, berries out on the front, gold out on the front, both on a downhill slope, which is not ideal at all. Both boars on the front. If BacT comes forward early, he could steal a boar, and he is coming forward early. Interesting. I wonder if he really is coming forward or if he's just scouting. I think he's just scouting. But he could certainly grab a boar. This would be a good map for a boar steal for him. This boar is also pretty stealable from Nicov, but we will see. These guys may not be interested in such laming techniques. I'm just hoping, just speculating and hoping. So yeah, we work our way through this game. Again, we are betting on who has the highest military at 15 minutes, so hopefully that is whoever you bet on. Hopefully you win. 3 vills already out on wood for BacT. Where's the 4th one going to go? We'll see. We'll see soon. Both players scouting around their side, trying to figure it all out. Trying to figure out how to win a game with Saracens. Deer being pushed in there for BacT. Nicov is maybe getting a little bit more information. Chill's trying to find these last couple sheep. BacT's 4th villager will go to wood. Could see early aggression from him. Nicov on the other side is just now getting up his first lumber camp. Is that true? Looks like it. So Nicov is going with a little bit of a different build because maybe just maybe he needed to. He probably was not impressed by either of these super puny wood lines, and he's probably not super happy about his choices, but you gotta do what you gotta do. He's gonna have to figure it out. Hopefully he can protect that. That wood line is not really thick enough. Tower or archers would be a real problem there, and neither is this wood line. So he could be annoyed relatively early in this game, but we'll see. Why speculate? It's gonna happen. BacT is pushing deer in. He is going to be, he's gonna get his mill up soon, I suppose. Everything's gonna be good. He will be all good. 4 vills on wood, we work our way through. 15 minutes game time or real time? We're doing 15 minutes of real time. I started a real life timer, and it has 12 minutes left. So in 12 minutes of real time, we will see. Otherwise, it's usually best to bet on the underdog. I like how you make bets somewhat easy, Killer B. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Glock. Glad you're having fun. Yeah, so, we are here live doing some Twitch games. I am Killer B. I'm really Tyler. I just go by Killer B. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to have a second name. This is my new hobby. I've been enjoying this a lot. Hopefully some of you have seen the channel before. I think most of you have. Yeah, it's kind of just a chill commentary casting channel. We did not see any boar steals here. I'd like to do live games when I can, but today we are going to do some recordings because that's what we got available to us. 2 scouts on the front kind of roaming around. We can see Nicov is really coming forward while BacT is still peeling away the onion on his own side. He's going to figure anything and everything out about his own side, and he's doing that because he hasn't found his sheep. So he's going to find his sheep just now, just in time, hopefully for his sake, to get them home before Nicov finds them. But you know what? Nicov is headed kind of in a beeline toward these sheep right now. And BacT is heading away from them as he's trying to get his scout into play. Nicov is going to run straight to those sheep. Let's see how much of a gentleman Nicov is today. He is not a gentleman today. He is going to take those sheep. So, a couple sheep on the front going to be diverted, at least for now, heading home toward Nicov. If it were BacT who stole the sheep, he usually runs them to the corner. In this case, though, Nikov's going to try to run them home. It's a little bit of a risky thing to do because the other person's scout will often circle back and grab them. But you can see BacT here has just totally abandoned those sheep. It is not good to be part of BacT's flock. He does not even care about his sheep. He's going to go and push in deer and get that food and not even worry about it. It's too little too late anyway. I don't think he could get back to get those in time. Oh, hey, Milmano, welcome. I haven't seen you before, but I'm glad to see you here. So yeah, barracks coming up on the front for BacT. Nicov on the other side is going to have a barracks on the front as well. Both can build a makeshift wall to try to block in their resources. Looks like BacT will try to wall maybe across here with a bunch of houses and buildings to protect that gold. He can certainly close in that back portion, which Nicov is just now scouting. So he is in pretty darn good shape. Nicov looks like he's going to try to build a makeshift wall around the top of this hill, which is the smartest thing he can try to do, but it's very ambitious. It seems like a difficult thing to get done. The Drush will be in on him in 3 shakes of a lamb's tail. That's going to happen. 9.5 minutes left until we figure out who wins this game. Who wins the military count anyway. Who wins the betting. So yeah, we've seen a couple of good games lately from Nicov, playing incredibly well. Really good to see this player jumping into the mix. You know, BacT has been top amongst the top players for pretty much forever, for my whole life. No, I'm not that young, but you know what I mean. He's been up there for a long time, and it's good to see a little bit of fresh blood. Nikov's an old school pro, but now just really focusing on 1v1. Awesome to see Nicov playing 1v1. So yeah, Nikov's Drush will be coming in. It is just 2 militia for now. There's probably a third on the way. There he is. BacT clicking up to Feudal Age first. He's on 23 Vils. He is loomed up and ready for any fights that come in, and he's continuing to push deer. Nicov did full on steal his sheep, and he is going ham on some sheep right now. He's chewing up sheep like there is no tomorrow. His Drush isn't really going to find much here because there's a Drush from BacT as a counter. So for now, I think it's a bit of a stalemate. BacT is going to be up first, but only by 25 seconds. He will be 1 villager behind, and we'll see. We'll see how this one goes. BacT will certainly be hitting the Feudal Age first. He is confident enough that he can defend this Drush that he's actually taken his scout away from the fight to push more deer. He needs to get that food in. He's already transitioned a couple villagers to gold. Nicov on the other side has as well. And I suppose why even speculate? Another lumber camp coming down. Both players building up their ecos. Armies are just kind of flirting here along the side. BacT is going to build a makeshift wall to protect his wood line, push toward the TC here eventually, which is fine. Nicov camping on the hill, but not really much of a fight here. So we're just waiting for these two players to find the right engagement to go after each other. And we have 7.5 minutes left on the betting. 4th militia and 5th militia coming out now from BacT, so maybe those villagers on gold are there so that he can go men-at-arms. Looks like he is ready to invest in his militia, send them to men-at-arms. We do see a 4th and 5th militia as well for Nicov, so maybe this is the meta. Maybe I just don't know my meta, but yeah, wolves are in there doing a lot of good work for BacT's cause anyway, doing some damage on the militia. You can see one of them is almost dead. 3 HP, 6 militia now in the mix for Nicov. Man-at-arms coming from BacT. Second double archery range going down as well. So BacT is going to go man-at-arms and transition pretty quickly. Nicov seems to have invested just a little bit more in his man-at-arms, and for now he's going to have just the barracks up. Look at the men-at-arms from BacT, from Nicov here. BacT's coming forward. His army will pass Nikov's like ships in the night. Double archery ranges are down. Skirmishers are on the way. But those Drushes or those feudal men-at-arms are going to miss each other. Men-at-arms in for Nicov now. He has quite a good number of them. He will for a moment deny this archery range from his opponent. And yeah, he's going to deny it even longer than a moment. BacT on the other side, though, is in with his men-at-arms. He will deny not only the archery range, but also the watchtower from his opponent. So maybe advantage BacT here in the end. He certainly is happy that he's going to have 2 ranges up, and he's going to be annoying his opponent. He's running a little too close to the TC, taking some arrow fire on those men-at-arms, but this range is still not up for Nicov, which is a bit of a problem. He's going to have a slow time. He has to get back onto gold now, which he did not take from BacT with his men-at-arms. And he's going to have to try to get this up. You can see that Nicov is now running his entire army back to try to deal with this. He is going to get his watchtower up in defense, which is nice enough. Certainly going to take the stone that he would like to use for TCs later. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do. This is a difficult resource to protect, so I like that tower. Nicov still with some idle vills here, still 3-4 idle vills, still roaming around, trying to defend BacT. Has the numbers, he's going to be fine here in the end, but BacT doing a nice little bit of damage there. BacT continuing to build his makeshift wall across the side. He will finish that eventually. Hopefully he can keep Nikov's attention until then. least for his sake. He's going to have archers and skirms coming forward. No upgrades on those as the blacksmith is not yet built. So yeah, it is full-on archer building mode for BacT. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on gold, so he should be able to support a couple ranges for a little while. He is going to roam around the front. He is going to find that his opponent is just now getting his second range up, and he does not really have any archer units out. Nicov is garrisoning something, but I think it's probably one. Yeah, one archer there for Nicov. So BacT is in. He's got men-at-arms in on the back wood line. He also has a couple of... Yo, what up, Kevo? He also has a couple of archers and skirms. So yeah, BacT is coming in here just in time with the men-at-arms to do some damage. The archers and skirms can still walk around this pond. There's always a hole in the wall by the pond. He's going to get some good damage in. Nicov is not going back home again. He's now going to try to fight forward against BacT. BacT is going to quick wall something. What is his plan? Is he going to drop a gate or something? He's going to drop a house, another house, but he's not going to get it all done in time. There's just too much here against him. So these two vills are in quite a lot of trouble, but on the other side, for the moment, BacT's aggression is stymied a little bit. The men-at-arms are in. They grab two vills. BacT drops a couple of quick stone wall pieces, and he will have he'll have at least somewhat safe wood on that side. His other wood is much safer. Good job splitting his wood up into two parts. Taking some TC arrow fire here is Nicov, but doing a good bit of idling of his opponent's eco. We'll see. There is a hole over here between the berries. The men-at-arms can walk their way in. Men-at-arms on the other side for BacT are slowly picking off vills. They're going to deny the blacksmith for now. Deny, deny, deny has been Nikov's job so far. He's doing a good job at it. Probably going to lose both of those archers to the skirms. And on the front, we still see those men-at-arms roaming around, but they are starting to get cleaned up. Taking too much TC arrow fire and taking a lot of archer arrow fire. Nicov will be behind by 3 vills, BacT with a little bit better of an aggression here in the feudal age. And man, this is going to be tough. Nikov's going to have to claw his way back into this game, I think. He's not that far behind it, but it doesn't feel good. He got his archery ranges denied early. He got his gold. He lost his gold a little bit early, and that delay is really something that's going to be difficult to come back from, I think. Another thing that kind of sucks for him is he got two lumber camps on this one wood line that is it's just a crappy, puny wood line. BacT can continue to pressure him there and take away his entire wood economy. You got to have wood, people. Don't I know it? Yeah, you can also see BacT here is starting to stockpile a little bit of gold. He will get some food and click up. He may beat Nicov up. We'll see. We'll see who gets up first. Archer's still coming in from BacT. He is sending a good pack of them forward. Has enough men-at-arms here to do some harassment, but the archers on the other side are really the hammer. They're going to walk into a bunch of naked and afraid villagers. Half naked and afraid male villagers, and not naked at all female vills. Vills in the fight against archers here, which are, eventually they'll get cleaned up, but 3 vills down. Going to be more. I don't think BacT needs to run from this at all, but he is going to go for the hill. I like that. Very smart move. Going to go up the hill and continue to fight these vills. No, he's just going to walk away. Break the wrist and walk away. So, for now, back at home, Nicov is still trying to harass BacT. BacT has built a makeshift wall toward his TC. He is still relatively safe on the front, and he is totally safe in the back area where his gold is. If Nicov worked his way around the horn, he might be able to get in here, but I don't know. I don't know if he has time for that. He probably feels like he needs to get some damage in now. BacT will reinforce that army relatively soon, and look at this, more vills on the front for Nicov. This is a real serious problem right now. We are 1 minute away from the betting, and right now, as it stands, BacT would win the military count. So we're 1 minute away from our bets, but the bets don't really matter. This game is what matters, and we see a market coming up for the blue player here, BacT. He is going to be clicking up relatively soon, has the gold, can probably buy and sell resources in order to get things just equilibrated just right if he wants to, but he is still fighting on the front, still has his initial men-at-arms military intact, which is more than Nicov can say right now. Nikov's men-at-arms, well, they're still intact. There's one here on 1 HP and one on 2, so they're pretty strong. Still working his way in with an archer and skirm mix. Now he's going to idle BacT's gold, which is very important. Really nice play from him. BacT will have some archers here in defense. He's going to pick those men-at-arms off pretty quickly, and he's going to be able to clean his side eventually. Yeah, look at all the archers here from BacT. 21 seconds left. BacT is up by 3. If you bet on Nicov, you better be praying that this engagement goes really well for him. Right now, it is BacT +3. It is BacT +3, +4, +3. Oh boy, this is a nail biter. +3 still. 5, 4, 3, 2 seconds left, and it looks like BacT will win this betting game. Anyway, maybe you're just watching for the actual game and not for the betting. Let's focus on that now. So we saw BacT win the betting. That's all that matters to some people. To others, the actual outcome matters. I will write down BacT got the win. So yeah, BacT's military here is still bigger by 4. He has a little bit of trouble on the front, though. He's trying to expand that wood line out forward. He tried to build a quick tower in defense, but Nicov is Johnny on the spot. His archers and skirms are there and ready. BacT is working his way in still with those 4 relatively high HP men-at-arms. He's going to get some more kills here. He's up by 5 vills. He's now up by 6 vills, and he's going to get a couple more kills before all is said and done. Really nice use of the men-at-arms here from BacT. He kept them alive. He kept them on high HP. But you know what? Nicov is microing the crap out of this. I didn't see him lose a second vill just yet. Is he going to clean up all these men-at-arms without losing a second vill? I think he is. It's beautiful. So in the end, I mean, BacT gets some idle time, but Nicov with some really nice micro. I thought for sure he was going to lose another vill or 2 in that skirmish. Anyway, BacT and Nicov are racing for the gold here on the back. Nikov's army is better suited for this fight with the skirms mixed in, +1/+1 for both players, and for now, BacT is going to have to abandon his gold. BacT on the front, though, is in shambles. Look at the villagers here. Villagers who were chopping wood are now just kind of standing on the front. 3 of them are going to go in for the kill on this archer, and they're going to get it. But man, what is going on here? BacT needs to do something with those villagers. Just waiting for the storm to clear, I suppose. Nicov continues to do a little bit of aggressive damage here. What's he got on resources? Yeah, he's not clicking up anytime soon. He's got BacT's gold. He is going to have the bigger army. Yeah, he does. So just after the betting ends, Nicov comes into the front, into the lead in the military count. He's idling that gold. He's doing good damage. BacT is going to have to run vills out somewhere else to get gold. What's his plan right now? It looks like... looks like he's going to chop some wood over here. Let's see. I think he's going to try to sneak some vills around to get some gold, because it's going to take him a long time to win this gold back. At least that's what I see. Oh, stable coming up, though. So when he hits Castle Age, I guess he can build a couple knights and try to clean this army up. It is mostly skirm, so I suppose that will work. Still pushing on the front, has a bit of a archer and skirmisher army of his own. Does BacT. He's going to just try to protect himself until he gets to the Castle Age. Look at all of the dead bodies over here. Big fight on that gold. Double stable here for BacT. BacT will have the food and gold to support this for a short time, but not for a long time. He can go double stable knights for now, but it's not going to be something he can do for very long. Just doesn't have the food economy, and he certainly doesn't have the gold economy to support it either. Maybe he can use the market to build some knights and clean this up, but Nicov continuing to push on the front. He has the bigger army. He is slowly starting to build up resources to click up to Castle Age. Double stables are out. The knights are starting to come out. The archers, the knights, everybody together can start to try to clean this up. One knight's going to run in against this group of feudal archers, though, with the skirm in support. It looks like he's going to get some damage in, but that knight's going to go down here eventually, yeah. One knight maybe was not enough. Needed to send in a few more than that. But crossbows in on the back, doing really good damage against Nikov's units. And he will win back his gold. BacT will win his gold back from his opponent. Needs to mass up some knights to take on that army on the front. First you get wood, then you get power, then you get an army. Yeah, so big fight continuing on the front. Nicov still has not clicked up. BacT has the knights. He's cleaning up this army slowly. Nicov is eventually going to have the food to click up, but he seems to still be building. Is he still building skirms? No, he isn't. Why is his food coming in so slowly? He needs to get his food in. He's going to have a couple of vills on stone. He's going to have quite a lot of stone. When he gets to Castle Age, he can drop a castle right on the spot, lickety-split. Villagers here going to be grabbing gold. This mining camp just barely surviving. And now Nicov has been cleaned up. He's headed back home. He's going to try to protect his nest back at home. It's going to be difficult for him because his opponent BacT is going to be sending in a couple of knights, which is really going to annoy his eco. Just 2 knights for now and crossbows after that. So 2 knights can run in and maybe do some annoyance, but it is not going to be full-on knights. It's going to be crossbows. BacT's trying to stone wall. I guess that's why he's taking all that extra stone. I'm sorry, Nicov is. He's going to have a watchtower as well in defense. And we will see. We'll see if he can hold this. Right now, this army is roaming around right toward him. We do see on the other side, Nikov's army is working around the horn again and headed again for this gold. So Nicov, I like this a lot. He is eventually going to get in on that gold. Going for the gold in Barcelona. A couple of knights in here on the front going to start working on this tower. Crossbows can start picking off vills in the shadow of that tower, but they need to be under it. Right now he's taking a lot of free arrow fire. He's just going to grab a few vills, which is good, but there we go. Perfect. That tower is now just sitting there waiting to die, and there is the GG from Nicov. Nicov, in the end, was equal on villagers, but BacT was in the castle age, and he was just not feeling it. He was not feeling it. His army in the back was going to get some damage in, but BacT was going to clean him up here eventually. And this aggression from knights and crossbows on the front was just too much for him. He just did not have good wood. You got to get the wood, and then you got to get the power, and then you got to get the army, as Kevo says. So there you go. BacT will win this one. This is